Hi everyone, welcome to our Scorpio reading for January 2021. Boy, my mouth wanted to say 2019. If only, boy, we could turn around and do it the right way. Anyway, I'm talking about the virus. This is going to be for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, as always. Those intuitively guided to the channel. You don't know if there's Scorpio in your chart. Doesn't really matter, if your guides nudged this way. Thank you for paying attention. You may be in love with a Scorpio. I'm in love with Scorpio. My daughter is a Scorpio. 29th. I was going to say happy birthday, Jen. It's not her birthday. I don't know what's wrong with me right now. Hi, Jen. She has a channel on YouTube also, does tarot reading. It's Jenny Loves Tarot. Definitely check her out. And my brother is a Scorpio. And it's funny, I always thought it was my dad and my brother was a Sagittarius, but it's the other way around. Beautiful, beautiful energy. My ex-husband was a Scorpio. And your two beautiful children. So anyways, guys, welcome. I'm going to be using some new decks in the reading today. I'll go over them in a second, but we're going to start with our Mother Mary Oracle deck. Always beautiful words of advice. Let me bring this down a little bit. There we go. And let's begin. This is for, I'm putting mid-January, but you guys know, it's whenever you're guided to it. It could be a year from now. It could be 10 years from now. And, I put a date just to keep like an orderly fashion on YouTube. Otherwise, I really just think they're open. Like, I just trust my guides that the people are meant to hear it will be here. Bueno. I feel like we're all soul family. We're going through very similar experiences, but just different times, right? Can be different types of experiences, but, I feel like we're here to help each other, help guide each other. Whoa. Okay, well, we're leaving that one. That was just a little too much. We have enthusiasm, and we have grace. We'll read these at the end of the reading. Enthusiasm, whatever I am most passionate about is the direction I flow. It's like the Three of Wands. Grace, I am filled with the same beauty, pose, and divine perfection as all of God's other creatures. Let me read that again. I am filled with the same beauty, poise, and divine perfection as all of God's other creatures. Sometimes we feel like we're alone when we're truly not alone. We're all soul connected. And, I feel like when you reach out for a soul family member, and remember, this doesn't mean blood. I feel like they'll show up, but reach out for it. Okay, let's get into your reading. This might be a little bit longer because we're using two new decks. All I did was shuffle them. I did my blessing over them, but I really didn't look through them because I like to do it when I'm here with you. Just like I'm seeing it for the first time, you're seeing it for the first time. So we have the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti and text by Barbara Morse. And then we're using, I didn't even know they were the same person. Dreams of Tarot. Tarot of Dreams. Look at me. I'm reading it from the monitor and it's backwards. Tarot of Dreams. So same author. Don't know if it's the same designer. No. Well, the book is by Lee Burston. And the artwork, which is really what draws me in, is the artwork. I don't know. Anyway, two new decks. This is the Tarot of Dreams, so we're going to start with that one. And then we're going to bring in The Gilded Tarot. I think that's what it's called. I was just thinking to myself, boy, if I get rid of those boxes, I will forget the names of these decks quickly. All right, I'm going to give it one more, even though I've been shuffling them all day long. Let's give them a cut. Or heavy. I wish they were a little smaller. You know, I feel like I have to kind of review these at the same time, and I'd also like your opinion. You know, I wish they were size of, you know, your normal deck, but that's because I have smaller hands. All right, let's begin. Let's see what it brings out for you. We have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You guys know it doesn't have to be. It could be asking you to be taking on the King of Swords energy. You know, someone who's true to oneself, stays within their own belief system, you know, strong mentally, in the upright. Then we have the Chariot, card of Cancer. They're going to be sliding around, I can tell. So it looks like this King of Swords is in movement. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords. Interesting. We have the King and the Queen of Swords on opposite ends of this line. In between them is the Chariot and the Four of Wands. Wow. Well, first of all, the Four of Wands is the marriage card. Don't worry if you're not swords. It doesn't really matter. It is talking about like-minded energy here. But yeah, I don't know. Is this King of Swords coming in towards you? Is this king perhaps proposing a commitment up to maybe even marriage? Queen of Swords is looking back that way, so, and he's looking towards me, so in the present moment. See what else we have. We have, well, look at that, the Ten of Cups coming under the King of Swords. We have the Nine of Wands. You know, the Nine of Wands. First of all, the Nine of Wands is looking back at the Ten of Cups. And the Nine of Wands has a Chariot right above it. The Nine of Wands is where I decide to put my focus. It's, you know, it's an energy of what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. It's the, you know, going through difficult times, but learning from it. You know, not running from it. You know, I feel like this king, what it's talking about is, you know, there could have been some responsibilities here, but you know, there's no running from these responsibilities. These elements make one stronger. And I know that because the Chariot's above it also. So the Chariot doesn't show unless there's balance. You can be the balance of the masculine and the feminine. You know, it's like the sun and the moon. You know, you can't have one without the other. And the Nine of Wands is looking back at the Ten of Cups. You know, some of you may already be in a marriage, and this may talk about a relationship that, for whatever reason, maybe, I don't know, I don't even want to say it didn't work out. I just feel like this king is coming in with the thought of marriage, because we have the Ten of Cups also, and it's right underneath him. Let's keep going. Oh boy, so the King of Pentacles pops in. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. The Three of Cups. Well, there is a threesome on the table. There's the Queen, 2 Kings. Well, hello, Ace of Cups, coming under the 10 of Cups, under the King of Swords. Look at this. We have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the King of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Swords, we have the King of Swords. Potentially Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. What it is definitely showing us is like-minded people. This Queen is looking right back at that Ace of Cups. Matter of fact, I'm going to move these over here so I can move these up a little bit. I should be picking it up and showing you. But I don't know. They really speak to me when I'm looking down at them like this. So anyways, this Queen of Pentacles is looking right back at the Ace of Cups. You know, I don't know if, like, I've been in a relationship here and maybe there was at least the feeling of infidelity, but perhaps we focused on, you know, what was broken. And when I'm saying infidelity, it doesn't have to be. It's the 3 of Cups. It can mean that. It can mean 3 people in the relationship. Maybe one I end up leaving and I end up with, well, I feel like the right one, if that's the case. But then I feel like for some, you may already be with this person. It may just be like a temporary break, a temporary split. Well, I mean, that could be, I'm not even put a time period on it. But anyways, I feel like there may have been something that, you know, started to tear at the seams of this relationship. And I feel like people have put, like, this couple, or at least I feel like I know the King has put his focus back into the home, back into the family, back into the love. And, you know, I don't know who's with who here, but I do know that there's a potential of this 10 of Cups, you know. And I feel like this King, again, is coming in towards you, has to travel through the 4 of Wands, which is that commitment card. It's a true commitment with the 4 of Wands. Both people want this. Doesn't mean that there's not elements outside of it that can't be hard, but Knight of Wands saying put your focus on, like, if we put our focus on this 10 of Cups, well, look at this, the Ace of Cups sprouts from it, you know. So let's get our last 2 cards, and then we will figure out everyone. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Focusing on his creativity. Sometimes I feel the 8 of Pentacles is about putting my head down and focusing on me and my creativity and my pentacles, and taking chances, you know, being willing to learn from that stage, knowing that in that energy, you know, I feel like the 8 of Pentacles is the beginning of true success, but it's because of the work that I put into it. We have the 7 of Pentacles. So 7 of Pentacles is your seed of intention, what it is you want to bring to the world. First, it talks about patience, allowing something allowing the seed to fully develop, right? So that when it's time to pluck it, you have a full, beautiful blossom, or, you know, the full fruit, whatever it is, whatever you planted. It's funny, the dog there looks just like my little dog I used to have called Spencer. Just like him. Interesting. So this is your seed, like, this is your tree of life. This is the branches on your tree and what you're growing. You know, that's what it looks like. This is the tree and everything that's branching off of it. All of the experiences. And then we have the Moon card, Pisces. somebody said I should move my camera angle, and I know I should. I wish I could have it like coming down at the cards, but I don't have a way to do that. I use a laptop. I just don't know. Anyway. All right, let's look at this. You know, I don't know if someone is going to have like two kings proposed to them, or two king, you know, it can be proposing marriage, but it could just be posing that you date me, that you see me, that we grow it from the ace, you know, because it's like you're tied to both. Then I have this queen down here. Okay, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. We have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is fast-moving energy. It's passionate energy, though. You know, it's kind of come in and burn you, but in a good way. Then we have the Hangman under that. So I kind of like this. The Hangman is, you know, we take this pose when we are seeking wisdom. We are seeking our next step, right? We want to be sure of it. The Hangman is waiting for that awakening. You know, I don't know if he's waiting for it, but he receives it. It's like when he has that awakening, then there's movement, and that is what the Knight of Pentacles is. Okay. Let's bring in, already I forgot the name, the Gilded Tarot. And we're going to use them as clarifiers. I wanted to get both decks right into the action. Get them working right away. I'm going to do one more. I don't like that shuffle. So we have the Ten of Cups with the Ace of Cups right below it. And we have the Four of Wands. I don't know where you were, but I can say what it feels like where you're going is a happy home. It feels, you know, like fulfillment of the heart. Some type of true commitment. Whether you accept it or not, I don't know yet, but I feel like it's someone coming towards you in the energy, you know, wanting to make this commitment. Whoa. Okay, these cards, I love the way they feel in my hand, but they're very slippery, like they slide out very easily. We have the Page of Swords coming over the King of Swords. Interesting. Some of you, this could be someone of a younger time. We have the Tower. Okay, well, this is reverse, so I guess I'm going to leave it that way. We have the Page of Cups, except it is this way. We have the Four of Pentacles. And we have the World card, but it's also in reverse. So it's interesting because I feel like what this is saying is, you know, it's like one person has the Chariot, but the other one has the Tower. Now, is that the memory of the Tower? I feel like saying also with this Page of Wands in reverse, it's just making me feel like maybe since the Tower, whenever that Tower was, whether it was with this person, I kind of feel like probably with the Page and then the King. But I feel like, so I have one on one side who is, listen, they found the balance within themselves. They probably have reviewed the Tower, so to speak, and learned from the Tower, because again, the Chariot doesn't come in unless there is that balance. But then I feel the Queen over here with the Page in reverse. I kind of feel like this is like a block, you know, a block that am I putting up? I'm not sure. Because then I have the World card here too in reverse, and you know, I feel like with the World, whether it's reversed or not, I feel like, you know, it's something new is beginning. How I see it and how I take this trip is going to be up to me, but I feel like no matter what, something new is brewing. This is also talking about, do you trust in your own spirituality? Because if I'm allowing, what's the wall from? The wall is clearly from the tower. I mean, there it is, right? Or the inaction, let's say. Um, if someone's coming in and say, "Baby, will you marry me?" I feel like your first response will be like, "No, no." Not that you don't want to, but there's that tower energy is still connected to you. So that is what will cause you to say no. Um, the world card's almost like calling you saying, come on, baby, take this spiritual trip with me. This is a spiritual trip if I allow it to be. Interesting. Okay, let's keep going and see where this goes. Look at this. We have the Chariot again. Coming over the Ten of Cups. Wow. We have the Two of Swords. Okay, so I feel like I have two people here. Honest to God. I feel like I have the King and I have the Queen. Doesn't matter what the sex is. Doesn't even matter what the sign is. Um, but I feel like I have the King and the Queen. I feel like I have two people who were probably together before. Um, but yet I feel like there's something. I feel like this King is ready to go. I feel like the Queen will say no at first. At first. And it's because of the tower, because the tower it's showing comes down to that Two of Swords. So that's when I'm trying to make a decision about, do I want to do something? First of all, it's over the Nine of Wands, but nine is about reflection. So I may not be looking back at that tower in all that it truly is. The King of Swords is someone who would review that tower for all that it is, not just what was their part or what was my part, but the in between. So the Two of Swords emerges as me trying to perhaps say yes or no to something. But first of all, the swords are crossed. She's got a blindfold on. There's something she's maybe doesn't want to see. You have the moon down here, casting its shadow, so to speak. So, but it's over the Seven of Pentacles, so it's over a true seed of intention. To me, seeds of intention are soul contracts that I made before I came here to Earth, right? I still have free will, and to me, the free will is the coloring in between, coloring between the lines, but yet the seeds are going to come out, but am I going to allow them to fully develop? But anyway, so I feel like in a way I can rest upon that. Hey, this really was my seed of intention. If it was my seed of intention, then there's something within that tower that is going to teach me. And when I learn that, I expand, my soul expands. New experiences open up. When I look at it for what it is, take the blindfold off. Here's the world, right? It's a spiritual journey in on this earthly plane. So I feel like it's a spiritual look also at this tower, for whatever it is in your life. But it is showing, at least the way I'm reading it, is there's a block between that. And you have the Four of Pentacles also right there, and I have to say, for some of you, this could also be in how you earn your money, like how you earn your pentacles, where you're putting your creativity, if you're even concentrating on your creativity. And it could talk about something that you have done from the home, that maybe at one time was growing, but now it's almost like I got to get back in there and maybe look at it with a different lens, also a spiritual lens. The Queen of Pentacles to me very often is the business owner. She doesn't have to be. It's just how I see her. Maybe because I am the Queen of Pentacles. I don't know. I don't think that's why, but um, because the Eight of Pentacles says to you, whatever You know, if you focus on these, on your creativity, and you know, you're willing to keep your focus there, you can really grow it. And I feel like for some of you, it's truly what you're meant to do. It's not the only thing. It's, you know, if you don't do it, the world won't come to an end. Um, but this is about you personally. It's about yourself. You know, the eights to me are about the self. So how it will help you, how it helps you grow. And hey, it just might help the rest of us grow too. So I feel like, you know, where my block comes from is this tower, and that tower can be 2020, the whole year, all of that, right? And it can throw a little hesitation my way of whether to go forward with something or not. I feel like you got to, you know. I mean, you don't have to, but I feel like because now we have the Chariot that shows back up too, over the Ten of Cups. Um, I don't know. I just feel like, and both the King and the Queen of Pentacles. Again, it doesn't matter what sign you are. This is about the stability. Um, you know, Pentacles. It's that earthly. You know, maybe it's an earthly type love, but certainly can be spiritual too. It's probably all with the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Okay, well, let's keep going. We do have double Cancer on the board. Oh, wow. Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Coming over the King of Pentacles. You know, I don't feel like anybody is bad on this board. Everyone seems to have evolved. This can just be talking about different people out there and their different relationships, right? We're not all the same, though we are going through similar experiences. So, hello, we have the Ten of Cups, and now we have the Ten of Pentacles coming over the King of Pentacles. I kind of love that energy. I feel like there's really nothing to fear here. This feels very stable. Um, it just does. You know, if this isn't, I don't know, I felt like independent energy, but now it feels like more of a partnership type of thing. Just Ten of Pentacles, you know, this is going to talk about partnership also. It doesn't have to be love, it can be a business partnership. And how two people, because we have the Eight of Pentacles right below that. What's under it? Well, the Four of Wands. This could talk about you really making a commitment to yourself. You know, growing your own pentacles, getting your own abundance. But again, it's coming over this thing, so I feel like with the Queen here, feels a little bit of everything, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like I'm feeling it all. Okay, let's keep going. You know, and here's the tower right above that Ten of Pentacles. It's interesting how the angle I put the cards, because now they're kind of reading this way with the Two of Swords pushing into that. So again, the tower energy still affecting me, but it's the Ten of Pentacles. You may have had the Ten of Pentacles, and the tower took it away, so to speak. Tower is usually something that's out of our control. You know, like we can't control another person. But I feel like the tower was then the me questioning whether I can do something, whether it's again or even new. Um, you know, I feel like a little of that tower energy remains. So I got to clear that. I got to work on that. Because I don't know. I feel like if I had the Ten of Pentacles, it was taken away. Here's the opportunity of it perhaps coming back to you again. We have the Devil card of Capricorn coming over the Three of Cups. You know, this could talk about someone who, you know, the Devil's about temptation. It can be about addiction. It can be about overindulgence. You know, it's just about, it can be about having too much fun, right? Not knowing where the line is, type of thing. Um, you know, and it's I don't know, I feel like someone says, you know, it's the devil calling me type thing, and you give in too easy. Like you give in too easy to what tempts you. Um, I don't know, because I feel a little sinister behind that. Does that make sense? So anyway, it's coming over the Three of Cups, and you know that I can talk about drinking too much, just drinking more than you should. It can talk about someone who is, you know, when they drink becomes too flirty, and you know that could have caused this tower over here. But it is coming over the Chariot, so I feel like this energy was probably examined, and someone may have put in a lot of hard work to overcome, you know, these lower type energies, the energies that seem to want to hold me down on the ground, don't allow me to move forward, right? Or I take one step forward, two steps back, whether that be you or someone else. You know, but the world is here and the world's almost touching the devil. So the world is saying, hey, this is a new beginning, right? You have to accept it. You have to walk through, you know, you got to pass through the veil. Nobody can pull you in. you gotta you gotta take those steps through. And it is the willingness to have a new beginning, and it's the willingness to not just say I'm spiritual, but live it through my spirituality. Right? I'm not just gonna say I'm spiritual, but then I'm horrified of these towers, right? I can't examine them. I won't go deep. I won't look at what my temptations are, what pulls me down. Well, then you're not living in your spiritual life, because you know your spirit wants to learn, experience, have fun, go through this, overcome it, you know, grow from it. That's what your spirit wants. Anyway, we have the Knight of Wands again, and we have the Sun. I don't even remember taking these cards, but here they are. So we have the Knight of Wands and we have the Sun. Um, First of all, whatever temptations want to pull you down, they can't do it. The Sun is here. You know, whatever shadows were lingering about, well, the Sun has come out. And nothing can hide in the Sun. Everything is revealed in the Sun, but it's on purpose. It's to um, because it wants you to have a happy life, right? It wants, you know, the Sun is there to warm you, to help show you the way. So I kind of love that, because I feel the Sun is a brand new day. Knight of Wands over that, but also on the Eight of, or the Ace of Cups. The Sun's also the card of Leo, you know, ruling planet. So let's say that too. Hmm. I feel like, you know, it's like the clouds are lifting, and it's almost like there's going to be a spotlight on someone who potentially I feel like you're going to love. You know, and I got to go back again, because I also feel like this queen down here is also talking about a business, your how you make your pentacles, because she's carrying the energy of the Eight of Pentacles. So she's willing to be the apprentice, to learn as she goes. It's about trusting herself also as she goes, because you know sometimes you begin something, you're like, but I'm not as knowledgeable as they are. Well, listen, we all started at the same place at the beginning, right? And we learn as we go. But you never know. You know, you never know, because I feel like it's something that feels very natural to you, or it will if you allow it to be type energy, because it carries also the Seven of Pentacles. You know, you could be breaking through the veil for others type of thing. But the Sun, I don't know, I just feels like it's warming your heart, it's warming your home. You know, it's touching your Ten of Cups. It's of your desires also. It's, you know, it's coming out of fiery energy. I hope I'm not confusing you too much. I know I'm talking about a lot of different things, but I just have to give it to you as it comes to me. We have the Six of Swords. Well, the Six of Swords is when you're willing to set down those swords. You know, Six of Swords, you had to go back to the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords is about figuring out what's toxic to you, and it can be other people, but it can also be yourself. You know, I might be toxic to myself, and it may be because the limited, you know, it's I allow myself to dream, like to have limited dreams when really it seems like the world is your oyster, you know. Do I block myself before I even get to see the fruits of my labor type of thing? Um, so the Six of Swords is the moving away from that energy. Remember, five asks for a new beginning. It asks for change, right? To change. Well, I can only change if I know what I'm changing from, right? I've got to see what is toxic, all that is toxic, and it can be other people, but I have to include my thoughts too. And I feel like the thoughts, what they're doing to you is they're limiting you. Like you're limiting yourself when, like, the sky is the limit here, right? You have the sun, sky is the limit. You have the Ten of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups, you have the Four of Wands. You have it all. But we also have the Tower. So that Tower energy is still present in your everyday world. Six of Swords is the promise of calmer waters, better tomorrows, less drama, right? And cutting out the drama. Looking at me. Some of you may be helping others cut out their own drama. Dang it, we have the Eight of Swords coming right over the Eight of Pentacles. And we have the Three of Pentacles. Some of you, you know, maybe you're trying to do something on your own, and maybe you should reach out and maybe try to find a partner. Because, you know, the Three of Pentacles is, first of all, it's you appreciating your work, what you can bring to the table, but it's also other people appreciating it too. It's you working from your authentic energy. This is about building your pentacles. You know, and so is the Eight of Pentacles here, but the Eight of Swords, again, bam, there's that block, right? And I feel like it's what it's talking about, what's above it, the Ten of Pentacles. Some of you are fearful of starting something in your home, or continuing something in your home, and I feel like it is how you make your pentacles. I feel like you got to stop fearing that because, you know, the Six of Swords is sometimes I feel like it's your own toxic thoughts that get in the way. And I feel like divine is saying to you, the universe is saying to you, listen, if you put your focus on your pentacles, on your creativity, whatever that means to you, you're almost guaranteed success, right? We don't have the Nine of Pentacles here, but we do have the Ten of Pentacles here. So that's abundance in the home. But at the Eight of Swords, I'm blocking it. Again, I have blinders on. I don't know. You guys know. We talk about this so much. It's self-created energy. But because I created it, I can uncreate it. Again, eight is a self, but eight is also about a new beginning, right? Let's let these swords drop out. And actually, when you look at it this way, it kind of looks like the swords are easily able to drop out. And honestly, I just feel it's the blocks that you put in front of yourself that you don't need to. And I feel like it comes from a sense of not trusting in yourself. Truly not trusting in yourself. You know, again, the Eight of Pentacles is about the beginning, right? I'm learning as I go. I may come in as the apprentice, but if I keep my focus on it, boy, I'm going to leave as the master, perhaps the teacher. I feel like other people will be very receptive to you, very receptive to how you make your pentacles, your creativity and what it brings to the table. And again, here's the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like whatever emerges from that Seven of Pentacles is truly what your soul had asked for. And baby, here it is. Here it is. But down here we have the sun. So to me, that takes the fear factor out. It gives me the opportunity to see something for what it truly is, to understand something for what it's truly meant to be. Doesn't mean that I can see my whole journey. I can see enough, right? It illuminates my next step, and now I trust it, right? You have the Knight of Wands coming from that. So it's almost like it's passion driven. So I feel like it's revealing. Also, the Ace of Cups. But for some of you, with this Queen of Pentacles next to it, I also feel like this is definitely talking about business too. And maybe it's both. But I have to talk about the business because I feel like here's the opportunity for like real abundance. Okay. I want to look at the world. I want to see why it's in reverse. I'm going to get a little deeper on that. Look at this. We have the Seven of Pentacles again. So again, your seed of intention. It could be something that wasn't moving fast enough for you. Seven of Pentacles asks us to have patience while something's developing. If it's this King of Swords, he had to find a true balance within himself before the Chariot could even arrive. And so he does, and so he arrives, you know. But I don't know. I don't know, guys. I feel like you got to just kind of trust yourself here. If something's meant for you or not meant to you. But I got to look at the Tower. And you have to look at it because it is blocking you. If I follow it this way, Two of Swords, Eight of Swords. If I follow it this way, the Page in reverse. It feels like a real block to me. It feels like a block of my own desires. But bam, the Seven of Pentacles comes out like, but wait a minute, this is of your soul's require. Your soul asked for this. These lower energies could have certainly like pulled you down, pulled you down, pulled you down. I want to say also with the Two of Swords and the Devil here, what I've got to be and the Tower above that, what I got to be careful about is if I think I can't do something, do I then talk myself into that I can't do it? And then do I talk the universe into it that I can't do it? When truly I can do it, right? I'm just looking at it from its opposite. Because it's asking us to leave that behind. And then I have to look within the toxins of the Six of Swords, where the Eight of Swords is right next to it. So these are swords I put in the ground around me to protect me. Definitely from the Tower, right? So that Tower has effects on you, on all of us, but we're not meant to then stay in that energy. We got to dig ourselves out and begin anew, right? There's more life to live. Our lives can change in an instant, on both ways, right? And I always feel like when you see the Tower, there's a blessing to follow. It's like the universe knows how hard the towers can be. So there's a blessing that it's got to equal itself out, right? Bam! I gave her the Tower. Okay, now I have to bring her the Ace of Cups, right? I got to balance out that energy. There's that balance in everything. And when I look at something like that, and I understand that there's a balance in everything. Well, if I'm hanging too much on this side, I can easily start moving towards this side. Does that make sense? Anyway, that seemed like a long way around. Anything else I want to look at? Dun, 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 dun. Even though this is going to make your reading long, I want to do something. I want to bring out these queens and kings on their end. So we're going to take the queen and the king, queen and the king. We know that we have the ace of cups. We know that we have the 10 of cups. We know that we have the 4 of wands. So there's, there is, I don't know, I feel like opportunity for true love. But let's get a little clearer on here. So I'm going to put these two together. And I'm going to put these two together. And we're just going to kind of surround them. We have the 4 of swords. And we have the Fool. I have to tell you, I feel like the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords were in a previous relationship. And something broke them up. It was probably some avenue of temptation, some type of lower energy. Could be just be overindulgent. Something came between these two. But here's the 4 swords, and the 4 swords. It's not just healing. I'm praying for this healing. I'm asking for healing. I want my heart to be healed. And I feel like the 4 is about, you got the 3 swords that pierce the heart, and the 1 sword is of self. So it's a revelation of all of that and the healing of it. And then look at this. Then you emerge as the Fool. And I love that because here, the Tower no longer affects me. I'm not allowing it to affect me. The Fool is about living in the present moment. The Fool takes a chance. He just does. He takes that leap of faith. He may say, what's to what do I got to lose? Yeah, I've had the Tower, and yeah, I've had bad relationships, but now I've had true reflection over myself. I know who I am, good and bad, all of it. And now when I'm being presented with something and I come from that energy, and I start at the beginning as the Fool, right? I started at the beginning. I don't know. I feel like it's good. The Fool, when you look at the Fool in Tarot, the Fool's about to take a trip on one of these avenues, right? The swords, the water, the cups, the pentacles. And he's going from from the beginning, from the 2, the whole way through. So it's a full journey. But there's plenty of help along the way, right? Like the major arcana. You have the high priestess, your intuition, your spiritual guide, your higher self, so to speak. You have the magician, your ability to manifest, where you're manifesting from. Be careful, when you're in that 2 of Swords energy or in the 8 of Swords energy, that you're not trying to manifest from there, because what you're going to do is keep bringing the same thing back. But it's really you, right? You put that block, like, oh, where'd that block come from, right? Whether it's blocking yourself or blocking another. No, the Fool clears that energy. So anyways, this is just showing me that this is about a relationship that had the Tower, but the healing process has taken place, and now the Fool emerges. Okay, let's look at the King and Queen of Pentacles. She's looking right at him, but the Queen of Pentacles is actually looking away from this king. Doesn't have to mean anything, but let's see. We have the 6 of Wands. We have the 5 of Swords. Interesting. And we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay. 6 of Wands is looking right at the 5 of Swords. So, we talked about the 5 of Swords earlier. It's interesting with the 4 of Swords, with the 5 of Swords. So again, the Five of Swords is who's toxic in my life? What is toxic in my life? It asks again for that change. The Page of Pentacles is someone who is on a journey of knowledge. What I'm learning is true knowledge, true wisdom, in however I want to use it. I feel like it eventually brings you a life of abundance, the physical life here on earth. But I feel like this is, well, it looks like this Five of Swords is connected to this King. So again, this Five of Swords, I don't know, or this King, I don't know, was he at one time toxic? Six of Wands is looking back at that, though. And the Six of Wands is the energy of being very persuasive. People seeing your point of view, understanding your point of view. You may just be explaining it to this King. She may be looking back because that's what she's thinking about. Yeah, I just got to be careful that, well, I don't have to be careful. You can do it any way you want, but, this could be the energy of maybe too aggressively trying to state my point of view. I feel like this King wants to learn about it, though. I do feel like the King wants to learn about it. And I have to say something else. I feel like for some of you, this Queen and King have not even met yet. Because I'm feeling this Queen this may be what you're doing, like, counseling others, helping others to overcome, because this Queen has the Six of Wands attached to her. And if I'm using this in business, let's say, this is where people see your perspective. They get you. They, it's like they put you on this pedestal because, you're bringing something to them that, maybe a whole different way of looking at something, of living. I don't know, but and because I kind of feel like they're in two different paths here. I want to take one more right in between them, or right below, not in between them. I don't want to split them up because I don't feel like they're meant to be split up. It's almost like they're coming full circle. Could certainly be a business partner too. We have the Empress and we have the Ace of Wands. Okay, well, I can't really listen. First of all, the Page of Pentacles next to this Five of Swords. Whatever was toxic in my life, this tells me that you learn it. And especially if you've been toxic to yourself. And that just means you stop yourself from experiencing, for whatever reason, the prior towers, or you don't trust in yourself to, or maybe you don't think people will see your point of view. I can tell you that they will. I can tell you that they will. Um, and I feel like if you are on this path of knowledge, I feel like you reach your destination because here's the Empress, and the Empress is all about the journeys that she has taken. She comes to the table very wise. And why? Because she has walked our shoes. We are the Empress, I feel. I feel I am an Empress. Um, and it's because I have walked many people's shoes. And I also have age on my side, as in the wisdom of experience. So the Empress is someone who's nurturing too, but she's nurturing to herself also. She's nurturing to her creative avenue, her creative self. And the Ace of Wands there, wow, it's just like boom, it's like the fire, like the match has been lit. All you gotta do is light that match and just watch. Um, so I don't know, guys. I feel like, I'm feeling more and more like this King of someone that just hasn't crossed your path yet. But I feel like on this journey, they may be on a similar type journey. Because I'm feeling like almost like the circle of life for some reason. Um, but I just have to say, wherever you're at on this journey, maybe you're still in the Five of Swords. This is showing you the signs to get yourself out of the Five of Swords and get more into your own abundance, right? And it has to start with the Five of Swords. It's asking for change. I don't have to, but if I don't, then I'm guaranteed I'll stay where I'm at, right? If I don't like where I'm at, whether, physically or metaphorically, then there's something I need to change. It's just something I need to look at. And sometimes it's just our own thought system. But I feel like this journey will bring someone to you very like-minded. Will it end up in love? I kind of feel like it will, but does it have to? No. Maybe it's just a real partnership type of thing. But I feel it's more than that. I really do. And, let's forget, we got the ace over here, the ace of cups. And the queen the queen of pentacles was looking right at this ace. So we know that exists. 10 of cups, 4 of wands, chariot. I mean, it's all kind of beautiful, right? All right, I think I'm going to leave it there because I know it. Oh, wow. I think we're going to hit an hour, Scorpio. If any reading is going to be long, I know Scorpio always won't run from a long reading. You guys appreciate it, so I appreciate that you appreciate it. I know other sides do too, but there's a lot of people who don't, so, but I do want to read these. We'll do it quickly, but let's read. See how it plays in the reading. So, first of all is enthusiasm. Your question about what to focus upon is answered by examining where your natural interests lie. What do you enjoy doing? What issues stir your soul? Where would you like to make a positive difference? These are your passions, and your enthusiasm gives you the energy and motivation to take courageous steps. Enthusiasm is positively contagious and helps others feel excited and happy. Mother Mary urges you to shine your light brightly. Let those around you know about your dreams, your goals, your hopes, and your aspirations. Smile, share your feelings, and be authentic and accessible so that heaven and other people can join in your enthusiasm. Well, there you go. So if this is, well, I don't know, it's just about your whole life, but I'm really feeling if this is about um, your creativity or how you make your pentacles, boy, I feel like this is a true sign for you. All right, let's look at grace. You received this card because Mother Mary sees your graceful beauty and she wants to help you to see it in yourself. This is a message about increasing your self-confidence and your sense of self-worth. As you feel better about yourself, your actions will shift in positive ways, which will create a healthier climate for you and your loved ones. Today, envision how Mother Mary would handle each situation you face. Emulate her composure as you gracefully embrace everything that comes your way. Your grace will naturally exclude a magnetism that draws wonderful people and experiences to you. It's exactly where your reading was heading. I almost wasn't going to pull Mother Mary. I was like, oh, we're using new decks. I don't want to make the reading too long, but I feel like I have to now. I feel like they're just part of our reading now. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I love you. I hope you allow what wants to come into your life, and I hope you allow what no longer needs to be there to go. Kick it out the door. Trust in yourself and allow yourself to experience and grow, right? Sometimes we have to start at the beginning, but it doesn't mean we'll be there long. You never know. You never know what the world holds. So, love looks fantastic. You know, um, However, there were some blocks, right? You were the one putting them up. I just want to let you know that it can be reversed. Anyway, I'm not going to rehash the whole reading. I love you guys. Let me know what you think about the new cards. It's going to take a while for me to really get to know them, but right now I just want the artwork to pull me in. So, I love you guys. I will see you soon. Bye bye.